We are counting down the 10 most influential Black celebrities whose lives and legacies were cut short by AIDS. From quiet pioneers behind the music industry's biggest hits, to barrier-breaking actors, journalists, athletes, and global icons, these stories reveal how talent, triumph, and tragedy often collided during a devastating epidemic. Which lasting legacy tops our list? Let's begin with number 10. Kenny Green shaped the sound of the 1990s R&B from behind the scenes. Born in 1969, he wrote and produced tracks that became instant classics, including Reminisce and Love No Limit for Mary J. Blige. His work earned him a Grammy nomination in 1993, and his songwriting credits extended to some of the decade's most influential artists. Green publicly revealed his HIV status only months before his death in 2001. He died at just 32 years old. Though he rarely stepped into the spotlight himself, Green's music continues to echo through the genre, a reminder of the creative forces often lost too soon. Franklin Seals brought talent and charm to American television in the 1980s. Born in 1952 in St. Vincent, he trained at Juilliard before landing the role of Dexter Stuffins on Silver Spoons, which aired on NBC from 1982 to 1987. Seals became a familiar face in living rooms across the country, representing a new era of visibility for Black actors on mainstream sitcoms. Away from the spotlight, he faced a private battle with AIDS, sharing his diagnosis only with those closest to him. Seals died in 1990 at just 37 years old. His work remains a reminder of both the opportunities and the silent struggles faced by rising stars during the early years of the epidemic, and of the lasting cultural legacy he left behind. Bobby DeBarge's falsetto brought a haunting beauty to the sound of Switch and helped set the stage for the DeBarge family's rise in R&B. Born in 1956, he reached national fame as the group's lead singer, but his life was shadowed by addiction. Years of heroin use, often through shared needles, placed him at risk during an era when little was understood about HIV. After being imprisoned for drug offenses in 1988, Bobby confided his diagnosis to his family. His health declined rapidly after his release. He died in hospice care in 1995 at just 39. His story reflects not only musical brilliance, but also the vulnerabilities faced by many during the AIDS crisis. His influence on vocal style and the DeBarge family legacy continues to be remembered. Howard Rollins brought a rare intensity to every role he played. Born in 1950, he earned Oscar and Golden Globe nominations for his performance as Coalhouse Walker Jr. in the 1981 film Ragtime. The industry took notice, and his talent was undeniable. But the pressures of fame and personal struggles with substance abuse complicated his career. Despite his early promise, Rollins faced legal troubles and lost major roles as his health declined. In December 1996, he died at age 46 from lymphoma related to AIDS. His legacy endures through the power of his performances and the doors he helped open for Black actors in Hollywood, a reminder of how quickly brilliance can be dimmed, but not erased. Max Robinson changed the face of American journalism in 1978 when he became co-anchor of ABC's World News Tonight. Born in 1939, Robinson broke through racial barriers to become the first Black national news anchor, delivering the evening news to millions and advocating for fair coverage of Black communities. His commitment to truth made him a respected figure in media, and it also brought unique pressures. In the late 1980s, Robinson stepped away from the anchor desk, quietly battling illness while concerned for his credibility in a profession that was slow to accept vulnerability. He died in 1988 at age 49 from complications related to AIDS. Robinson's legacy endures as a symbol of progress in media representation, and his private struggle reflected the silence that surrounded the epidemic, even in the most public professions. Sylvester was born in Los Angeles in 1947. He brought a new kind of energy to American music in the late 1970s. His soaring falsetto and bold style turned the song "You Make Me Feel Mighty Real" into an enduring anthem, celebrated at pride events and on dance floors worldwide. He refused to hide his identity, and Sylvester became a beacon of self-expression for both Black and LGBTQ+ communities, breaking barriers with every performance. In 1988, at age 41, he died from complications related to AIDS. Even in his final wishes, Sylvester made an impact. He directed royalties from his music to AIDS charities. His legacy lives on in every beat that calls people to the dance floor and in every voice that dares to be mighty and real. Eric Wright, better known as Eazy-E, changed the course of hip-hop when he founded Ruthless Records and helped bring the group NWA and the album Straight Outta Compton to the world in 1988. Born in 1963, he earned a reputation as both an artist and a sharp entrepreneur, helping to launch the careers of West Coast rap legends. At just 31, Eazy-E stunned the music world when he announced he had AIDS at a press conference in March 1995. 9 days later, he died in Los Angeles. The speed of his illness and the openness of his announcement sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community and forced a public reckoning with AIDS in a culture that had rarely spoken of it. Eazy-E's legacy lives on in the sound, style, and independent spirit of modern rap, and in the conversations his death sparked about health, stigma, and leadership among young artists. Fela Kuti's music electrified audiences far beyond his native Nigeria. Born in 1938, he created Afrobeat, a bold fusion of jazz, West African rhythms, and funk that gave voice to a generation. Fela's lyrics challenged colonial rule and government corruption, making him both a cultural hero and a political target across Africa. His relentless activism led to repeated arrests and attacks, yet he refused to be silenced. In 1997, at age 58, Fela died after his family publicly disclosed that he had suffered complications related to AIDS. That disclosure broke a deep silence in West Africa, sparking new conversations about HIV and stigma. Today, his annual Felabration Festival draws crowds from around the world, celebrating not just his music, but his vision of artistic freedom and social justice. Fela's legacy lives on in every Afrobeat groove and in every artist who dares to speak truth to power. Arthur Ashe changed the world of tennis with his calm strength and undeniable skill. Born in 1943, he became the first Black man to win the US Open in 1968, the Australian Open in 1970, and Wimbledon in 1975. Ashe's achievements on the court broke barriers in a sport long closed to people of color, earning him respect both as an athlete and as a leader. In 1983, during heart surgery, he received a blood transfusion that unknowingly exposed him to HMFI. Nearly a decade later, he faced public speculation about his health. On April 8, 1992, he chose to speak openly about his diagnosis, using his voice to educate and fight stigma. Ashe spent his final year raising awareness about AIDS, drawing on the same quiet determination that defined his tennis career. He died in 1993, at the age of 49. Today, his name lives on at Arthur Ashe Stadium, a symbol of excellence, courage, and the power of truth. Alvin Ailey reimagined what American dance could be. Born in 1931 in rural Texas, he carried early memories of church, blues, and the rhythms of Black life into a new artistic language. In 1958, he founded the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater in New York City, opening its doors to dancers of every background at a time when the art world remained deeply segregated. The company's signature work, Revelations, debuted in 1960 and drew from spirituals, gospel, and blues, capturing the pain and hope of African American history. Revelations became the most performed modern dance piece in the world, its choreography studied and celebrated across continents. Ailey's vision was more than performance. It was a home for artists who had been shut out elsewhere, a place where stories too often ignored found their voice on stage. Privately, Ailey faced his own struggles. He died in 1989 at 58 from complications related to AIDS. He asked that his diagnosis remain confidential, a decision shaped by the era's stigma. Yet the institution he built outlived him, growing into a global cultural force. Today, the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater tours internationally, trains new generations of dancers, and supports health initiatives for artists. Each performance stands as a living memorial to Ailey's genius, a reminder that art can outlast even the harshest silence, and that his legacy belongs not only to dance, but to the world. Across all 10 stories, one pattern stands out. Stigma and silence deepen the loss. These figures remind us that AIDS is not just a medical crisis, but a social one, shaped by prejudice and neglect. Honoring their legacies means fighting ignorance with compassion, and remembering every voice matters.